Alright, so here we are, everybody. Getting ready to start a new story mode here in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Tag Force Special. Now, I've been playing this game since 2019 on my PSP, and I'm excited to start a new playthrough here. And we're going to go with the Tag Force... Sorry, we're going to go here with Yugioh in the Arc 5 universe. Now the story is meh, definitely not as in-depth as it was in the previous Tag Force games, but it's nice to have all the series and all the cards. Definitely one of the best Tag Force games here. And really what we're going to do is do the structure deck challenge. So pretty much starting off, we'll use the opening deck, and from there, once we get enough DP, we're just going to focus on building decks using only the structure decks that are available to purchase. Now, as we get further in the series, we are going to buy some packs, because we'd like to try different archetypes such as Madolches, Ghostricks, and many other ones, as well as getting more of the Synchro card pools and the XYZ cards. But we will have quite a few decks to choose from. So in this first episode, we're just going to kind of grind it out, get our DP, and we'll take a look at the card shop and see what is available to get. And from there, if you guys want to comment which would be the best one to start off with, or maybe which one you'd like to see. The Cyber Dragon structure deck is probably one of my favorites to use. It's very action-packed, but there's also the Evil Swarm, there's the Light Swarm, and so on and so forth. So I did not read any of that. I honestly don't care about the story mode here. Got the tutorial and everything going. So let's see here. We are using the Xbox One controller here to play this game, so I'm kind of getting adjusted here to the controls. But right off the bat, we do have a structured deck that's pretty decent. It's using a Monarch engine, a very basic one. And let's kind of configure this here, because if we make it smaller, you can kind of see the cards a bit better. But even here, you can't really see the cards that well. They're kind of all pixelated, unfortunately. Just kind of one of the caveats here with the resolution and all that, but I guess you can kind of see the card a little bit better. It just kind of looks like a Game Boy Advance quality, all pixelated. So keep on. Okay, so X to between the tabs. So our first opening deck here is using gadgets, Kagikotage, just your basic removal. Nothing too fancy. I guess this is mostly just to get your Synchro monsters and your... Well, that's all you have, and it's very basic XYZ. So if we look in our trunk, go ahead and take out 2 of every gadget. One of every gadget, I should say. Make some more space here. Take out the Tin Goldfish. We do have the Krebons. Be pretty good. We got 2 Lightning Vortexes. We got a double summon. Take out a double summon. So we got 5. So we'll get the Alexandrite Dragon in there, give us some attack power. And we'll also go with the, let's see, two of the KS's and 2 of the Ryzas. And we may even At least the text is nice and clear. Unfortunately, the card art and everything is quite poor, but you can kind of tell what they are. So we just want to sort the card by card frame. It's just how my brain works. Get a clearer picture of the deck. And so we got plenty of removal. 2 lightning vortexes. I might actually take one out. We'll take one out and we'll replace it with the Soul Exchange. There we go. And again, sort it out. So that's our starter deck. That's what we'll use to get our DP. And I think it'll be a pretty good deck. I do have it on the hardest difficulty, which is fun. So let's go against Masato Danzai. Let's say I can't quite remember what he uses. Definitely, he doesn't use Dark Walls, and that's another great opening structure that we can get. So there's a lot to our disposal, and it's going to make deck building a little bit of a challenge to just use that restricted card pool. Now once we get to a certain point, maybe 200,000 DP, then we'll probably look into getting just regular packs, because you can buy boxes of them. And that's the great thing about this game, it is a little bit easier to get your DP up. So let's see. So okay, so this guy uses a very control-based deck, using those bloody ritual monsters. So once he gets them on the field, he can lock you down pretty quickly. Pop his back row, knocked out the monster reborn. Unfortunately, we don't have any monsters to play. That's the only thing you can brick with these monarchs, but yeah. I'm sure we'll get Kribons. That's the great thing about using the Kribons kind of psychic engine, because you have 3 emergency teleports. Yeah, it's the Herald deck. It's Herald of Perfection. Upgrade our Widespread Ruin. Pop his card. We'll pop his face down. So you do have quite a bit of removal in this deck. It'll be quite fun. But again, once he gets his ritual monsters out, he's going to be able to lock us down. Now, the Tag Force games have always been one of my favorite series, or if not my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series. I also enjoyed the Game Boy Advance games, particularly World Championship 2006 during the GOAT format. That was a lot of fun. But the new Yu-Gi-Oh games just don't do it for me. I know Master Duel is pretty big and pretty popular, but it kind of just sucks not having a campaign. I mean, it can be fun dueling online, but I mean, they've had problems with cheaters and all that, so I just enjoy grinding it out. And, we should have played our Kakekotage. It's okay. I think it's only level 4. That's the only thing with these quick play spell cards, is they keep pestering you to activate them. I'm not going to set it, because may come bite me in the butt. Something tells me he may have Honest. So, special summon Kakekotage now. Now, if he does play Honest, and we half it with Shrink, that might work. Let's see what we can bring out. So we have King of the Feral Imps and Gemini Pearl. Bring out go too quickly and make a mistake. Did not mean to use Alexandrite Dragon. Alright. We'll play our luck here, see if we can pop this card. Yep, Honest. I wonder if we can activate it. We can activate it here during the damage step. Boom, Shrink. Shrink your Biomage. And that still didn't work. Alright, so we made a big error here. It may cost us the duel. It's a stupid mistake. He would have brought his Herald of Perfection out anyway. This is where he pretty much locks down the board. Now, it's not over yet. I think... Take a look at his monster. See if we can pop it back in hand. So, during either player's turn, with special summon a monster, or monster effect. So, he still has 3 cards in his hand. He needs to discard one, so that kind of sucks. Even if we bring out our Ryza, we may just negate it. So we'll just go for broke at this point. May not even be able to get our bombs out. No, he didn't negate it. Ryza. Top of the deck. Alright, awesome. So it ultimately did work out. Top is Yugioh. The tides have turned, and yeah, we may need to just take out these Kage Kotages because they're kind of slow, kind of break the deck. I think we'd be better off with 2 Battle Faders or something like that. We'll keep 1 Kage Kotage in there for those plays, but it does tend to break. And we honestly don't really have good, any good rank 4 monsters at this point. King of Feral Things. Not sure what the other rank 4 is. Really needs some special summoning conditions. So I'm gonna be excited. It's gonna be exciting once we get to the point where we can get our structure decks. We're gonna get 3 copies of whatever structure deck we get and build the best deck we can. But yeah, the new Yu-Gi-Oh format is just crazy. I mean, I love all the new cards, how they've expanded different archetypes. So many older archetypes have gotten support, and it's fun to see what they can do. But it's just the game, the pacing of it, everything has built-in protection. It's just really crazy. And I mean, if they made a Tag Force game using the new up-to-date system, I mean, it would be awesome. It'd be fantastic. Because part of it is fun doing the grind and opening the packs and stuff, but just the way they kind of have it set up now, Konami, is to get the most amount of money. So there you go. In our first duel, we got 3,300 DP. That is enough to get 3 copies of a structure deck at this point. But if you do want one of the higher end ones, they cost 3,000 DP, which isn't a lot. We can get that in a few duels. But another awesome thing about this game is that they use the actual card packs. So Magic, starting with Magic Ruler. Now this is OCG, obviously, so they don't have Legend of Blue Eyes, which combine the first couple sets into one pack. But yeah, you have the real packs, real pools, and everything like that, which is awesome. Kind of see how the game progressed. Interestingly enough, the early games always had, or early packs always had Yugi on the front. And as you got into GX, or closer to GX, came out with the actual monster cards on the front of the pack, which I think is a snazzier look. You can see the boss monster for each pack. Around this time, around Phantom Darkness, the early introduction, Crossroads of Chaos is kind of when I first got back into the game, back in 2009, and then got back into the game once again when they, around the Xyz era, probably the first couple packs into it, yeah. Spellbooks just came out around 2012 when I was getting into it, and since then I haven't really touched the game until recently. I got some structure decks and kind of went and get with it. But here are the structure decks. So you have your basic starter decks. These aren't too special, other than nostalgia. Obviously you can't do jack diddly squat with either of these first 2 starter decks, but it gets a little bit better here. You can kind of buy these Zexal starter decks and build something around Utopia deck, or Yuya deck. And you've got your classic structure decks, which contain a bunch of banned cards. That was my first structure deck, I believe, the second or first Joey Wheeler deck. And you have your classic Dragon, Zombie, Flame starter decks, lots of fun. And yeah, so here we can get into a lot of fun. You got the Machine of Force structure deck, which is fun. Lost Sanctuary. But yeah, Devil's Gate, can you believe it? We can already have access to this. I'm not going to buy it just yet. I'm going to have one more duel. I want to see what you guys say we should go with, but we can definitely go with Dark Worlds. We can go with a fun Blue Eyes themed deck. That's a very fun, very fast deck to use. I've tried to build a deck around the Fire Kings, and they're not bad, but I haven't really built a solid, consistent deck around them. And of course, you have your that's a typo. This is can't even read it. Cyber Strike, maybe. I don't know. That's probably the new one. But there's your Cyber Dragon deck. We can make one of those. Synchron Extreme. This is a very fun deck. Synchrons are probably one of my favorite to play. We also have our heroes that we can do. So many different options. And that's when you get into your 3000 DP decks. You can build a Lightning Star, very annoying archetype, especially once you get Polymere M7 out on the field. Evil Swarm deck, pretty decent. It's not too bad. And Lightswarm Judgment is the last structure deck, so that's going to be fun once we get to that one as well. Even Dragonic Legion, that's going to be a good chaos deck. So many different ways you can go. I mean, I've even had a challenge where I've tried to use these decks, these basic decks, and obviously Mirror Force, you can have it at 3. I mean, it's fun to build the mages, kind of more of a classic deck. Got your Apprentice Magicians, you pop in 3 Breakers, Royal Magical Library, Chaos Sorcerer. So you can make a decent deck actually out of this card pool. Just put in 3 Swords of Revealing Light, maybe 2 Mage Powers, and before you know it, you can actually win. I'd say 4 out of 5 duels you can win with this. Maybe 3 out of 5, but either way, put in 3 Magic Cylinders and just shut down your opponent. So yeah, let's do one more duel, guys, and from there we'll end this first episode, and we'll continue it on next time. So let's do Rinko Ayomi. She has a Sea Serpent deck, and can be pretty good. Or no, she either has the Atlanteans. It's kind of a Atlantean fusion with Mermails. 2 characters in the Arc 5 story mode have kind of Sea Serpent decks, Mermails. Alright, so pretty safe first turn for her. We're going to play it safe as well. Play Krebons. Not going to attack her face down because Krebons is quite weak, but we'll end it there. Go into a rank 6 or a level 6 synchro next turn potentially. Yeah, so she is running the Mermails. Mermail Abyss Spike. Play our Trapped Hole. Cool. Gungnir, and that's going to be fun too to make a Ice Barrier deck. I've always liked the Ice Barriers. They may not be super competitive, but I like the card art, I like the lore behind them, and obviously water has pretty damn good support. So here's the fun part. We can use Emergency Teleport. Krebon's back on the field. Tribute him. Ryza. Pop Gungnir back to the extra deck. Attack her for 2400. We'll set our Widespread Ruin. Call it a turn. Alright. Goldfish. Take advantage of his effect. squeeze out a little bit more damage points. I think this is in the bag. So you can see how quickly you can really end things with Fauna. She just had a bad hand as well. Spread Ruin. Bye-bye. Alright, and this is going to be GG. You gotta love the gadget engine, always feeding cards to your hand. Very quick duel there. And that'll give us 1875. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. And stay tuned. I'd like to wait a couple days before the next episode. Maybe some people watch it and maybe they won't. But ideally, I'd like to get some feedback to see what structure deck we should choose. Anyway, until next time, everybody.